Everybody sculling, drinking up the sky juice. We got to ride in. Oh, I get to ride in. I can't go home cause I get to ride in. My head's spinning cause I get to ride in. Oh, I get to ride in. Hey! Bartender, give me a shot. The more I drink, the more these gals looking hot. I had so much to drink, I could hardly see. Hold on, man. I got to go by the tree. Oh, I didn't make it. Oh, I get to ride in. I can't go home cause I get to ride in. My head's spinning cause I get to ride in. Oh, I get to ride in. Hey, I met this gal, boy. She was pretty and sexy. She's the kind of gal I want next to me. We were jamming to the rake and scraping the sand. My friend tapped me on my shoulder and said, "You dancing with a man?" What? Oh, I get to ride in. I can't go home cause I get to ride in. My head's spinning cause I get to ride in. Oh, I get to ride in. Oh, I get to ride in. I can't go home cause I get to ride in. My head's spinning cause I get to ride in. Oh, I get to ride in. They slowed the party down. I was jamming to Luther. So I went outside to eat some barbuta. Later that evening, my belly's feeling pain. I ran to the toilet for the rest I can't stay. Cause oh, get to ride in. I can't go home cause I get to ride in. My head's spinning cause I get to ride in. Oh, I get to ride in. It's early in the morning, I just getting in. Sneak through the back door, my wife was still sleeping. I dip in the room and slip inside the bed. The next thing I know, my wife is trying to kill me dead. Oh, Lord, get to ride in. Don't hit me no more cause I just get to ride in. My head is spinning cause I get to ride in. Oh, I get to ride in. Gone to the doctor cause I have a pain down there. Doctor said, turn around, let me see what's happening here. Next thing he do, it put the glove on his hand. When he took me, I see the promised land. Oh, I get to ride in. I can't go home cause I get to ride in. My head's swinging cause I get to ride in. Oh, I get to ride in. Oh, I get to ride in. I can't go home cause I get to ride in. My head's spinning cause I get to ride in. Oh, I get to ride in. Flavor. Hey. Where I go now? My wife leave me cause I get to ride in. And everybody leaving me cause I get. I go by the tree and I get. And I eat some barracuda and I get. But you know, one day I gonna be alright. Because I ain't gonna be like this. And your young people out there, don't be like me. Don't be like me, don't do that. Because you can get. So be a good boy. Oh, I get. My head's spinning cause I can't go home cause oh, I get to ride in.
Tonight a father and son charged with shooting their juvenile relative. We've got the details coming up. This as a man is gunned down and killed in an eastern community. And later, the finance minister responding to allegations linking him to a drug trafficker. Eyewitness News starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Janaea Noel. We begin with breaking news tonight. After being on the run for more than 7 months, murder suspect D'Angelo Culmer back in police custody tonight after escaping from the South Street complex back in October of last year. He's likely to be punished before the courts within the coming days. Police revealing this much to Eyewitness News just moments before news time. Culmer, he's accused of murder and attempted murder. As we said, he escaped from that court complex last October. A manhunt was immediately launched, but authorities struggled to track his whereabouts until today. His arrest also comes months after Police Commissioner Shanton Knowles revealed that 3 officers were identified and placed before the police tribunal, with at least one of them officially being interdicted from duty. It's unclear whether Culmer had court proceedings in relation to his alleged crimes on the day he escaped. However, the charges stem from an incident back on January 31st of 2024, where he is alleged to have fired shots toward a group of people, killing Rashika Bethel and injuring Lorenzo Sands and also Carla Bain Story. We are continuing to follow tonight. Meantime, a reported accidental shooting that left an 8-year-old boy fighting for his life, now leaving a father and his brother to feel the full brunt of the law. Our Lyndon Ritchie Jr. has the details tonight.
The shooting that left 8-year-old Deron Saunders critically injured has now resulted in both his father and 12-year-old brother being charged. The father and son were brought before the magistrate's court Thursday afternoon after being escorted from crawling out of the back of a police vehicle with shirts covering their heads. Appearing before Magistrate Yule Johnson in court number 1, 40-year-old Dexter Saunders was charged with 1 count of cruelty to a child and 1 count of possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. Meanwhile, his eldest son, who police alleged discharged the weapon that injured his younger brother, faced a charge of negligently causing grievous harm. The case has sparked debate across social media, with some arguing that a 12-year-old should be held accountable for his actions, while others maintain the incident was a tragic accident and questions whether the child should face criminal charges. Deron was shot on Sunday, suffering injuries above his left eyebrow and to the back of his head, which resulted in him being airlifted, calling for immediate emergency brain surgery. Sources close to the investigation tell Eyewitness News the shooting occurred after the 2 boys allegedly found the firearm while playing in a Bimini hotel room. Following the arraignment, the 12-year-old was granted bail in the amount of $5,000 and ordered to undergo a 6-week psychiatric evaluation. As for the father, Dexter Saunders, was not required to enter a plea. His matter will proceed by way of a voluntary bill of indictment, with his next court appearance scheduled for September 21st, 2026. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Also from the crime beat tonight, commotion, loud cries erupting in the Elizabeth Estates community this afternoon after a man was gunned down a short distance from where he lived. Police sources identifying the victim as Algernon Stubbs, also known as Ron. Eyewitness News understand the victim was previously remanded to prison in connection with murder and attempted murder charges. He's accused of plotting to kill a police sergeant. Authorities could be seen struggling to hold the victim's relatives back as they mourn the killing of their loved one. He was shot alongside a woman who police say is currently in hospital at this time.
Shortly before 3, police officers were on patrol in the Elizabeth Estates area when they were alerted to gunshots in the area of Antigua Street and Barbados Avenue. Our preliminary reports tells us thus far is that the deceased had just pulled up to his residence in the area when a light-colored Japanese vehicle, the occupants of that vehicle exited that vehicle, produced firearms, and shot in the direction of the deceased. The deceased then continued driving and crashed into a residence a short distance away. The deceased is in his early 20s, and he succumbed to his injuries on scene. There was also a female passenger who sustained injuries to the upper body, and she was transported to hospital, and she is in her early 30s. We're asking anyone with any information that can assist us in our investigation to kindly contact the police and provide that information to us.
Meantime, the Minister of Finance, Michael Halkitis, pushing back against criticism surrounding public-private partnerships, defending the arrangements as a practical tool for national development. This amid claims of a lack of transparency and questioning about how some of these agreements are structured. He's insisting tonight that there's nothing underhanded about the process. The finance minister arguing that public-private partnerships allow government to deliver critical infrastructure projects without having to provide the full cost up front while spreading financial obligations over time. He maintains that PPPs have been used successfully around the world, and he says they remain an important option for a government seeking to modernize infrastructure while managing fiscal constraints.
We have a framework in place. We have hired a company to refine our framework. The IMF has seen our framework and commented on it. And it is quite true that private-public partnerships allows government to invest in infrastructure without paying all of the money up front. They get a partner that can put forward the money, and the government, there's a payment schedule. And so you're able to accelerate your infrastructure without having the money up front. There's nothing wrong with that. It's an established procedure that many countries use, and there's nothing at all wrong with it.
He maintains tonight that the legitimacy of a project should be judged by the benefit it provides to public, whether through improved facilities, better services, or long-term national development.
Some people think that unless money is being generated from the infrastructure project, like if it's a toll road or a toll bridge, then it's not a so-called true PPP because it does not generate income. But we don't take that view. The idea is we are a country that needs infrastructure. And once it's transparent and above board, properly structured, it enables us to do things like accelerate our airport infrastructure and improvement of infrastructure in the Family Islands.
Meantime, the fallout from the arrest of an alleged drug trafficker, Jonathan Eric Gardner, is deepening tonight. The finance minister, Michael Halkitis, now addressing questions about his past role with a company linked to Gardner after opposition leader Michael Pintard raised the issue yesterday. As the government faces growing pressure for answers, the debate is shifting from Gardner's alleged criminal activity to the people and projects now connected to him. Our Danielle Dean has the details tonight.
Are you able to confirm if you were approached by Eric Gardner himself?
No, I am able to confirm that I was not. I was approached by the attorney. And I invite you to find the complete set of the documents and you'll see the whole picture.
Finance Minister Michael Halkitis defending his affiliation with Top Notch Builders as questions intensify over the company's connections to convicted felon Jonathan Eric Gardner. The issue surfaced during opposition leader Michael Pintard's response to the government's budget communication, where he pressed Halkitis over his ties to the company. Gardner is currently in U.S. custody in New York on drug-related charges following the election day plane crash into waters near Florida. When directly asked whether he served as president of Top Notch Builders, Halkitis responded this way.
As a private citizen, I was involved in financial consulting and corporate services consulting. I was approached to provide consulting and directorship services to top-notch builders, in particular setting up proper corporate governance procedures and structures. That was the middle of 2019. By April 2020, the company suspended operations due to COVID-19 pandemic, and I resigned as director of that company and all of the other directorships I held in 2021.
Documents dated February 13, 2017, and signed by Jonathan Gardner, identified him as president and director of Top Notch Limited. Those same records also state that the company's shares were owned by Paradise Productions Incorporated, a company the documents show was owned by Samson Heald. However, Registrar General documents dated July 8, 2020 and October 15, 2021, both signed by Michael Halkitis, identify him as president, director, and certified financial analyst of Top Notch Builders. Paradise Productions Incorporated has also been tied to the 8 Mile Rock Administrative Complex public-private partnership project, a development that has generated further questions given Gardner's alleged association with the company. Halkitis maintained that the transaction involving the 8 Mile Rock project predated his involvement.
That 8 Mile Rock thing was back in pre-2017, so I was not involved with that.
The finance minister also urging members of the public and the opposition to review the full set of documents before drawing conclusions about his role.
I invite all corporate documents, this is the last thing I'll say on it, available from the Registrar General's Department. And so anybody who is interested in the complete story can get the complete set of documents, which not only show who the directors are, but who the shareholders are, who the owners of the companies were at the time. And they would see that it's not who some people say it was, and I'll leave it like that. Look at the complete set. No, I'm only concerned about public perception based on inaccurate, false information. All right? I gave you the situation as it is, and that's how it is. Now, I invite you to inform yourself about the total picture, all right? So perception will be what it is. I gave you the facts, and you can check the facts, but I gave you the facts as they are.
Halkitis suggested that Jonathan Eric Gardner's name does not appear on documents circulating after 2017. However, questions continue to grow over how a known convicted felon allegedly maintained connections to companies involved in government-related projects. Those concerns deepened after U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency officials alleged that Gardner used a business to bid on government contracts while also using it to allegedly launder proceeds connected to criminal activity. This is a story Eyewitness News continues to follow. Danielle Dean, Eyewitness News.
Well, the Free National Movement intensifying its calls for the Finance Minister, Michael Halkitis, to resign over his past role with Top Notch Builders. In a statement today, the opposition leader, Michael Pintard, accusing Halkitis of misleading the public about the extent of his involvement with the company, claiming he served as president and executive officer, not just as a consultant or director. The FNM argues that role raises serious questions about his association with Jonathan Eric Gardner and whether his connection to the company should have been disclosed while serving in cabinet. Pintard maintaining that the controversy has now reached a point where Halkitis, he says, quote, must go. The Coalition of Independents also adding its voice to the growing calls for Michael Halkitis to resign. COI leader Lincoln Baines says the matter has created what he described as, quote, an intolerable appearance of conflict, end quote, for the nation's finance minister. The party is also calling for a full Public Accounts Committee investigation into government contracts and public-private arrangements linked to Top Notch Builders and related companies. Halkitis has maintained his involvement with the company was legitimate and ended in 2021. Eyewitness News turning to social media today, posing the question, how important is it for officials to publicly explain their connections to controversial figures? 90% of the participants voted that it was very important. The public deserves full transparency. 4% voted somewhat important. It depends on the circumstances. 5% voting not important unless laws are broken. 1% voted that politicians are unfairly judged by association. On to some other news tonight. Reaction from stakeholders as real estate professionals and banking industry leaders respond to government's housing plan outlined in the national budget. Our Laurencia Smith has the details tonight.
Housing emerging as one of the biggest talking points in government's 2026-2027 national budget, with officials announcing an increase in first-time home ownership exemption upward to $600,000. The move is being welcomed as a potential game-changer for many aspiring homeowners, but some financial experts like Fidelity Bank Chief Executive Officer Gowan Bowe says questions still remain about how this policy will work in practice.
If we look at the persons who are on the lower income spectrum and looking to get into home ownership, their price point is probably less than $300,000 and closer to the $200,000 mark. And so from that perspective, the previous exemption would more than adequately have covered them.
In his budget communication to the Parliament, Minister of Finance Michael Alkidis also announcing an expansion of VAT relief for first-time homeowners. The new measures extend zero rating status to multiple unit properties, including duplex, triplex, and fourplex, once at least one of those units is owned and occupied. Bowe says this particular initiative may have an even greater long-term value for buyers looking to generate income while building equity.
Persons that previously would have found that the closing costs were prohibitive, particularly for multifamily units, because they would not have benefited from any form of exemption. We'll see that those closing costs have been reduced.
Affordable housing continues to be a central pillar of the Davis administration's economic agenda, with government also revisiting its promise to rent-to-own program designed to help more Bahamians enter the housing market. Speaking with Eyewitness News real estate agent Rothea Ferguson Victor of Realty Solution Bahamas says that the initiative could provide relief for many Bahamians who have been priced out of the home ownership market.
If it's affordable inventory, because if I'm somebody renting to own, I would be very confident in knowing that the government is my vendor versus having a private person being the vendor. So if anything happens, I know I have the government who is able to back up and kind of guarantee me from any liabilities.
But while the government is pushing forward with new housing models, questions are also being raised about their proposed, including plans to evolve investment in development properties. Ferguson Victor warns that some of these structures could create legal complications if not carefully regulated and clearly outlined by buyers.
A lot of abandoned homes have challenges where it's a party to estates. Children don't want to sell. You can't sell unless everybody agrees. They may have title issues. So a lot of times when we see things abandoned, it is not abandoned because the owner doesn't want to do anything with it. A lot of them are in a position where they can't do much.
Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Well, as the Davis administration presented its national budget communication, healthcare emerging still as one of the key areas receiving major attention. President of the Bahamas Nurses Union, Muriel Lightbourne, responding to those plans. Our Rebecca Bain has the details tonight.
During Wednesday's budget communication, the government announced an $11.6 million investment to upgrade healthcare facilities across the Bahamas, while promising additional resources to strengthen a health system many Bahamians say has been under pressure for years. President of the Bahamas Nurses Union, Muriel Lightbourne, says she welcomes the government's healthcare commitments for the 2026-2027 fiscal year, calling the announcements encouraging for frontline workers who have long been stretched thin.
It just shows that they were listening to our cries, I believe. And now, they have something. They say, well, okay, don't sing it, bring it. I'm just hoping to see that the action is put in place and things are actually done.
While Lightbourne is commending the Davis administration for prioritizing healthcare investments, she admits the country's healthcare system still faces serious challenges. She says for too long, nurses have been forced to work under strained conditions with overcrowded facilities, staff shortages, and limited resources impacting the delivery of care. But despite those concerns, Lightbourne says the government's latest commitments signal a step in the right direction. She also pointed out that in previous years, funding was announced for healthcare initiatives, but implementation of many of those projects moved slowly, leaving healthcare professionals still waiting to see real change.
If they want to be progressive, they need to hold these contractors who are doing these repairs accountable, because it is ridiculous for us for them to be saying, oh, it's going to be done next month. You know how long it took for them to complete the accident emergency? When I was elected as as president, that was being renovated. Those renovations was taking place.
For years, the Bahamas healthcare system has come under intense public scrutiny, with complaints ranging from staff shortages to overburdened hospitals and limited access to critical services. Lightburn says this time, the government must ensure that funding translates into real improvements on the ground.
Our whole gripe is we need more staffing. I say, Lord, please let them have the money to appoint these nurses so we could have these people working in our clinics. Our nurses should not be waiting for 2 and 3 years for appointments. This is the message the government have to get, because there are persons who are waiting in the wings to take these nurses from us.
With the new fiscal year set to begin July 1st, Lightburn says she is hopeful the government's investments will mark the beginning of long overdue improvements for the country's healthcare system and the people who depend on it daily.
They are on the right path. We just need them not to deter. Healthcare is really, really important.
Rebecca Bain, Eyewitness News.
President Lightburn also doubling down on her opposition of the new specialty hospital being constructed here in the capital. This despite government making it clear that that project will be moving forward. That commitment also being outlined yesterday in the national budget, expecting that the finished project will total some $201 million. Lightburn says there are still some concerns.
I feel like that is something that we should really hold on and try to get the Princess Margaret Hospital together with it, because those services are provided at Princess Margaret now. And so rather than taking monies and putting it into that hospital, which is only going to service a certain clientele, right? I think we need to invest that, get the hospital up and running, and then once that hospital is up and running, then we can look outside and say, let's move this from here and put it out there. It would be nice, actually, talking with some of the nurses. They, in their opinion, it would be nice if they could remove the maternity and child care out of Princess Margaret Hospital. But at this time, it's not something that we're looking forward to.
Meantime, health officials defending the actions of staff at the Rand Memorial Hospital following the death of a 66-year-old woman who was reportedly missing after leaving the facility and was later found dead in bushes nearby. The incident sparking questions from relatives and members of the public about whether proper safeguards were put in place before the woman was discharged. Lyndon Ritchie Jr. has more on this.
Medical officials say all proper protocols were followed in the discharge of 66-year-old Barbara Lewis from the Rand Memorial Hospital, despite growing questions from her family after she was found dead days later after leaving the facility on foot. Lewis had been reported missing after leaving the hospital before her body was discovered in nearby bushes, sparking concerns about whether enough was done to ensure her safety before she was released. But Managing Director of the Public Hospitals Authority, Dr. Aubanet Roll, telling Eyewitness News that after a thorough review of Lewis's medical file, officials found that all required procedures were followed.
Upon presentation and also at the time of discharge, the patient had full mental capacity at discharge, and the patient also did have discharge instructions as well as discharge medications.
Lewis was being treated at the Rand Memorial Hospital for barracuda poisoning. Reports indicate that she had been dropped off at the hospital by her boyfriend, who was expected to return and pick her up. However, he was later arrested after reports that he became frustrated over how long it was taking for Lewis to receive medical attention. Unaware of his arrest, Lewis eventually left the hospital on foot. Her daughter, Kenya Adderley, who traveled from Florida to Grand Bahama to help search for her mother, telling the Tribune that she believes more should have been done, giving her mother's medical history, including a history of seizures. Adderley saying, quote, "All of this, unfortunately, is what caused the death of my mom." But despite her concerns, Adderley said her main priority during the ordeal was finding her mother.
Along with the fact that she had seizures, that could have triggered one of her seizures that she was trying to track home.
Well, how is it that the hospital let her out like that with no guardian, no one around? Did you all check into that?
We haven't. We just was too busy trying to, we just was trying to find her.
Meanwhile, health officials maintain that Lewis was properly assessed, treated, and discharged, saying there was no indications at the time that would have prevented her release.
There appears to be nothing that is misaligned with the management of a patient presenting and being diagnosed with her condition.
Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Press Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Keishla Adderley, providing an update on the two men with a history of travel to the Republic of Congo, where there's been an Ebola virus outbreak. The patients reportedly remain quarantined at the Princess Margaret Hospital as health officials await results from samples sent to the Center for Disease Control.
The two patients up to this morning remain in quarantine at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Their samples have been taken. They've been sent on to the Pan American Health Organization to be sent on to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control for diagnostic testing. In the meantime, they will remain in the care of a specialized team at the Princess Margaret Hospital. As soon as we know the results from those samples, they'll be passed on to the public. In the meantime, the safety protocols remain in place at health facilities at the ports of entry to ensure that members of the public are safeguarded.
Meantime, we've added another access point to make sure you're up to date with the latest news. Follow the Eyewitness News WhatsApp channel, scan that QR code on your screen, or visit our social media pages for a direct link while you're there. Don't forget to follow Eyewitness News on Instagram and Facebook. But if you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the Eye on News hotline, 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms, Eyewitness News Bahamas at gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube page, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comments section. We want to hear from you. We're just getting started in Eyewitness News tonight, but when we come back, government's zero-tolerance approach to illegal migration continues. We've got more on that story coming up. And later, the finance minister breaking down government's plan to fund its large cabinet and associated portfolios. We've got more on that right after this break.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Captain Cash & Co. viral videos have shown you using what is said to be super speed to deliver cash to citizens around the world. Can you explain this?
Those people are simply taking advantage of Cash & Go's Cash Now money lending service, our easy-to-use money lending portal.
How does it work?
Well, you simply enter your information along with a recent payslip, a picture of your ID, and then select your loan amount and the repayment term. We review it as soon as possible. And then once approved, we could have your cash delivered to your mobile wallet, or we could send it directly to a bank of your choosing. Any more questions?
No. Thanks, Cash & Go, man.
It's Captain Cash & Go.
Hey, psst, it's me, Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper, Saturday, June 20th at Atlantis, Bahamas. Cyndi Lauper. Tickets on sale now at atlantislive.com. And it's gonna be a party, a big celebration. Don't miss Cyndi Lauper live.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and everybody watching from Nassau. Tonight, we welcome a star. So please join me in welcoming the barbecue rap star, star of the show!
KFC, it's finger licking good.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to cash J.S. Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh, I with J.S.J. too, but I don't wait in line. I just pay online. Stop it. How you do that? Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for the online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again. Amen to that. Save time. Pay online. Sign up for J.S. Johnson's online service center today. Insurance, peace of mind.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division.
For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your Eyewitness News gas tracker. You're getting the cheapest tonight at Rubis, $6.65. Shell coming in at $6.85. Esso, $6.95. Welcome back. You're watching Eyewitness News. Well, 24 Haitian nationals being convicted of immigration offenses after appearing before Assistant Chief Magistrate Shaka Seville in Magistrates Court number 4 today. 22 of those individuals convicted of overstaying, while 2 others were found guilty of illegal landing. The court handing down fines ranging from $300 to $3,000, along with custodial sentences between 1 and 3 months at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. Upon payment of their fines or completion of sentences, all 24 have been ordered turned over to the Department of Immigration for deportation. This court action comes as immigration officials say they continue their enforcement efforts across the country. Between May 16th and May 26th, the department's deportation and removal units have removed some 56 foreign nationals from the Bahamas. Those deported included 47 Haitian nationals, comprising of 27 men and 20 women, along with 4 Ecuadorians, 3 Dominicans and 1 Jamaican, 1 Venezuelan, and a Colombian national. President of the Regulators and Allied Workers Union, Nicole Francis, she's calling on the government to finalize the union's industrial agreement for employees of the Financial Intelligence Unit. A document timeline provided to Eyewitness News indicates that Francis made multiple attempts to resolve the issues, but after repeated unsuccessful requests for updates, the union now calling for intervention from the minister responsible for labor.
Early this year, employees were advised by ministry officials that this process was expected to be concluded by February. However, after months of delays and shifted timelines, the agreement remains unsigned. The union wishes to note the majority of the matters outlined in the industrial agreement have already been agreed upon. We are now awaiting the presentation of the financial package and new salary scales prepared by the Ministry of Finance. The completion of this industrial agreement represents stability, welfare, and reassurance for the dedicated employees we represent. Our members deserve clarity, fairness, and protection.
There has been concern about the number of ministers in the Davis administration's cabinet this term, and subsequently what kind of financial adjustments would be necessary to accommodate the increase. The finance minister, Michael Halkitis, says those portfolios that have been split, the budget will also be sliced and funding will be reallocated.
The budget department has to work very late and over the last couple of weeks, but what happens is, in effect, if you look at the budget book, it's structured in heads, and money is allocated for different purposes under those headings. When a new ministry is created, for example, I'll use the example of the Ministry of Innovation and National Development. You have for example, the Department of Information Technology and the Digital Transformation Unit come out of the Ministry of Economic Affairs. You have the National Development Plan Secretariat come out of the Office of the Prime Minister and go under this new ministry. And so you're taking allocations that were already set but resident in a different ministry and putting it under the new ministry. So then there's their allocation. So it's a lot of reallocation.
Well, in her first international assignment as tourism minister, Glenys Anna Martin is leading a Bahamian delegation to the United Nations tourism engagements in Paraguay this week. A statement says the meeting will focus on issues including sustainability, innovation, investment, and regional cooperation. Hannah Martin is also set to speak at a high-level forum in women's leadership in tourism. It comes amid a swap of portfolios between Hannah Martin and Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, who believes the veteran politician will do well in the new role.
I am also excited about the possibility of the work that my colleague, Minister Glenys Anna Martin, is going to continue to drive tourism. She is a passionate and seasoned legislator. I have great regard for her, and I think the sky is the limit in tourism. Tourism is the undisputed driver of the economy, and we should never underestimate its impact. I'm proud of the work that we've been able to do in tourism. We've broken records consistently, and I believe we have a platform now for continued growth.
Meantime, the Bank of the Bahamas apologizing to customers following days of service disruptions linked to a recent system upgrade. In an issue noticed to customers, the bank acknowledged that those issues included transaction delays, intermittent online banking outages, longer wait times at branches and call centers. Bank officials say the upgrade was designed to improve the long-term reliability, security, and efficiency of its banking services, but admitted the transition has caused frustration and uncertainty for consumers. Management says teams are working around the clock to restore full service stability as quick as possible. Customers seeking assistance or updates, you're being advised to contact your local branch relation officer or bank's customer care channels. Meantime, the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology announcing new dates for several GLAD examinations following what officials described as a breach in the process. In a statement issued today, the ministry confirmed that the Grade 3 GLAD Mathematics application exam has been rescheduled to Wednesday, June 10th of this year. Also impacted are Grade 6 GLAD Language Arts, Writing Skills, and Listening Comprehension. They have been moved to Wednesday, June 10th as well. The ministry says all exams will be administered at their original times and locations. Officials not providing any further details on the nature of that breach. However, the ministry says that the changes were necessary following the incident. Still to come in Eyewitness News tonight, a local business giving back in a very big way, celebrating charities across the Bahamas. But first, a check on tonight's weather forecast.
I've been doing this before I had Antonio. He's 40 years old. So I've been doing this like 40 years. And they're getting sweeter every year. My husband, he used to help me a lot, but he died in August. He was sick for a while. So everybody thinks, I say, no, I can keep it up, I'll keep it up. I like to plant in October. That's the dampest part of the year. So when you plant them, they catch like in 2 weeks, you see where they done turning green. And you have a lot of rain. And it's cooler. The worker don't have to work that hard in the sun. But I have like tomatoes and stuff in the back. But my number one crop is pineapple. Then I use like the little pineapples, I use them. I make pineapple hot sauce. I make pineapple jam, pineapple chutney. But it's no pineapple like the Lutra pineapple. It's sweeter, they call it sugarloaf. Some people like them all ripe, but I like when the bottom is ripe and then the top is green. And you have that little base on ripe and then not so ripe. You peel that and it looks like a little loaf. Slice it up and it tastes like sugar. So it's called a sugarloaf. Yeah.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and everybody watching from Nassau. Tonight, we welcome a star. So please join me in welcoming the barbecue rap star, Star of the show!
KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Over $100,000 being distributed among some 18 charitable organizations by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies on Wednesday. The donation being made as Bahamas Striping marks its 16th anniversary as a leading company in the private sector. They're tasked with carrying out some major infrastructural upgrades across the country. Also on hand for the donation exercise was spouse of the Prime Minister, Anne Marie Davis, who touted Executive Chair Dominic Starp for investing in organizations that are making a difference in society.
As we celebrate our 16th anniversary, we decided to go with a very simple word, impact. Impact in our country, impact in our community, impact to the Caribbean, and impact to the region. Today, it's a simple impact we're doing. $160,000 will be given out to 18 different charities throughout the Bahamas. These charities were selected for the impact in our country.
That's what this company is all about. Impact on the community. And for 16 years, Bahamas Striping Group of Companies has donated over $1 million in cash, equipment, labor to charities, schools, churches, and youth programs. They have built basketball courts in inner city communities. They have, because they think that every kid with a ball is a kid off the corner.
Also expressing gratitude for the donation were a number of recipients who all noted that the donation will alleviate the burden they're faced with on a daily basis to keep their operations going.
For the Heart Foundation, we always need funds. We sent a baby to Health City Cayman on Monday, and that bill is already $100,000. And that's just our bill.
We all know cancer is a very expensive disease if you've been impacted by it. And at Sister Breast Cancer Support Group, we try to support everyone that walks through the door with regards to a very small donation to assist them during their journey.
Sailing is also our national sport in the Bahamas, and we believe that every young Bahamian should have the chance to experience it, not only as a recreation, but as a pathway to growth, leadership, and future employment. This grant will help us to continue opening these doors for young persons.
Your generous donation brings that idea into the next chapter, as your gift goes directly towards our $5 million expansion project, creating new accommodations so that more patients in our family islands can travel to Nassau to undergo their treatment free of charge.
Such a great initiative. Well, still to come in Eyewitness News tonight, our Laurencia Smith has a check on sports right after this break.
At Marco's, we make it better. Better ingredients, better flavors, better quality. A signature sauce that families have always counted on. We are not only serving your family, but our families too. 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas with center squares or cheesy bread for just $29.95. When you want pizza you can trust, choose Marco's. Your family deserves the best. Marco's Pizza, crafted with heart and proudly shared with love.
For us at the Myers Group of restaurants, we found that we have a pretty large portion of our employment pool that had difficulty getting bank accounts.
The issue we had previously was just getting cash, getting funds on the island. And with only one working ATM, the idea of the sand dollar, just it being digital, and everybody has a smartphone nowadays, it actually worked into our favor.
The sand dollar was like a godsend because it allowed us to add it to our payroll system, which means we're able to send their money to the sand dollar wallet.
It's still a bank transfer, because you get an account number. So from the employer side of things, all I have to do is send your funds just as usual.
It opens up our pool for us to be able to hire some of the people that we couldn't hire before because they were unable to open bank accounts. This has been a really good solution.
Look for and find the savings you love only at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Kraft macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounces, $1.19. Mahatma long grain or parboiled rice, 5 pounds, $4.89. Seabass raw shrimp, 41.50, 12 ounces, $5.99. Fresh tomatoes, $2.29 per pound. Fresh corn, 2 for $1.49. You'll be singing Happy Tune this June with the specials at Super Value.
At BOB, we take pride in our business banking.
My name is Olivia Paget. I'm the owner of the Stone Crab restaurant. I chose Bank of Bahamas as my financial partner because it's a local bank. They take care of all my financial transactions. The payroll goes to them. I describe my relationship with the Bank of Bahamas team as very friendly, really working with me as a business owner, and they are very helpful when it comes to giving advice on how to make these dreams reality.
Eyewitness Sports is brought to you by 103.5 The Beat.
Welcome to another edition of Eyewitness Sports. I'm Laurencia Smith. Thanks for joining us. At this hour, the senior soccer division of the Samuel P. Haven Junior National High School Soccer Championships are underway over at the Roscoe Davies Soccer Field. In tonight's matchup, Queens College is taking on Life for Key International School. Also in the girls division, C.R. Walker will face off against the Bishop Michael Eldon School straight out of Grand Bahama. On the boys' side, Windsor School is set to go up against Life for Key School in what is promising to be a competitive showdown as teams are looking to punch their tickets to the finals. Meantime, in the junior division recap, both the Windsor School junior girls and the Life for Key International School junior boys have successfully defended their title at the 2026 New Providence Junior High School Soccer Championships, with Windsor's junior girls edging out St. Augustine's Big Red Machine 1-0 to claim their crown, while Life for Key Junior boys also retained their championship title against Queens College Comets 1-0 in the exact manner. Well, congratulations to all of our athletes from us here at Eyewitness Sports. Well, that's a quick look at sports at this hour. I'm Laurencia Smith. Stay tuned for more news on the other side of the break.
Welcome back to The Movement, your energy and transport briefing. In this special edition, we look back at 2025, a year of milestones, breakthroughs, and real impact across both energy and transport in the Bahamas.
From groundbreaking energy projects to safer streets for our communities, 2025 is setting the pace for progress. Let's start by seeing how energy is powering our islands forward.
2025 marked a major leap in renewable energy. With the National Energy Policy 2025 to 2030 finalized, the foundation was set for cleaner, more reliable power. The Energy Summit brought it to life, spotlighting multi-island power purchase agreements, New Providence's first utility-scale solar project, and LNG agreements shaping a more sustainable future.
We are carefully overseeing each development, with most stations expected to be online by the fourth quarter of 2026.
The ministry's transport initiatives focused on safety and connectivity. School crossing guards and solar-powered signs improved road safety, while the Drive Safe to Arrive Alive campaign reinforced safe driving nationwide. Partnerships with AdFi and BTC also brought Wi-Fi to public buses and taxis, improving connectivity for commuters. 2025 wasn't just a year of plans, it was a year of action. Every ministry-led project and partnership brought cleaner energy, safer roads, and stronger connections, shaping a future Bahamians can rely on.
We have chosen a future where Bahamians can rely on their energy system instead of worrying about it.
I'm Larissa Lundy, and this is The Movement, your energy and transport briefing. 2025 set the pace, and our future is already in motion. Stay with us.
5 cars, catch the keys, don't blink, take these.
Island Luck is giving away 5 brand new cars. Earn 10 reward points for a chance to enter and win. Enter weekly from Monday 12 a.m. to Sunday 2 p.m. Winners are announced Sundays at 3 p.m. on 103.5 The Beat and Island Luck Socials. 5 cars, 5 weeks. The more you play, the better your chances. Visit islandluck.com for more information. Catch the keys only at Island Luck. Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Well, that wraps up News this Thursday. Coming up and Beyond the Headlines with Shanique Miller, we'll look at today's top stories. That's coming up and Beyond the Headlines. That starts right after this. That does it for us here at Eyewitness News. It's certainly been a pleasure having you in our company tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Janae Nawal saying good night and be safe, everyone.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
So you want a space, but not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space? The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Public Hospitals Authority on the defensive tonight after a 66-year-old woman wanders off after being discharged and was later found dead. We discuss it tonight. Also tonight, the new 2026-2027 budget zeroing in on healthcare and the access to it with an $11.6 million allocation to build and upgrade Family Island clinics. We discussed that as well. And teachers being singled out in the new budget. The government is promising a salary increase or increases, higher grants for special needs schools, and major school upgrades. A hefty budget is supporting this new ambitious plan. Also tonight, the Regulatory and Allied Workers Union, RAU, is asking the government to come to the table so that it can get its industrial relations agreement completed. We speak with President Nicole Francis tonight, and then later, Ian Thomas and Direct Marketers joins me. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. Well, the Public Hospitals Authority is pushing back against concerns from the family of Barbara Lewis, a Grand Bahama woman who went missing nearly a week ago after leaving the Rand Memorial Hospital after receiving treatment. Linton Ritchie Jr. has the latest on this issue, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Medical officials say all proper protocols were followed in the discharge of 66-year-old Barbara Lewis from the Rand Memorial Hospital, despite growing questions from her family after she was found dead days later after leaving the facility on foot. Lewis had been reported missing after leaving the hospital before her body was discovered in nearby bushes, sparking concerns about whether enough was done to ensure her safety before she was released. But Managing Director of the Public Hospitals Authority, Dr. Aubanet Roll, telling Eyewitness News that after a thorough review of Lewis's medical file, officials found that all required procedures were followed.
Upon presentation and also at the time of discharge, the patient had full mental capacity at discharge, and the patient also did have discharge instructions as well as discharge medications.
Lewis was being treated at the Rand Memorial Hospital for barracuda poisoning. Reports indicate that she had been dropped off at the hospital by her boyfriend, who was expected to return and pick her up. However, he was later arrested after reports that he became frustrated over how long it was taking for Lewis to receive medical attention. Unaware of his arrest, Lewis eventually left the hospital on foot. Her daughter, Kenya Adderley, who traveled from Florida to Grand Bahama to help search for her mother, telling the Tribune that she believes more should have been done, giving her mother's medical history, including a history of seizures. Adderley saying, quote, "All of this, unfortunately, is what caused the death of my mom." But despite her concerns, Adderley said her main priority during the ordeal was finding her mother.
Along with the fact that she had seizures, that could have triggered one of her seizures as she was trying to track home.
Well, how is it that the hospital let her out like that with no guardian, no one around? Did you all check into that?
We haven't. We just was too busy trying to find her.
Meanwhile, health officials maintain that Lewis was properly assessed, treated, and discharged, saying there was no indications at the time that would have prevented her release.
There appears to be nothing that is misaligned with the management of a patient presenting and being diagnosed with her condition.
Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
And so, a very unfortunate incident to happen. I saw when that police bulletin was released nearly a week ago, describing her then as a missing 66-year-old woman. And to see that it ended this way is quite unfortunate. I want to bring the panelists in. Leslie Miller, good evening to you. Ellington Ferguson, good evening to you. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you both here.
Good evening. Good to be here once again. Thank you for having me.
It's good to see you both. You all saw this story, you saw the bulletin really of a missing person coming in from Grand Bahama, and to see how it ended, and then to hear the backstory of it all. This lady apparently went to the Rand Memorial Hospital to seek treatment. She was seen, she was treated, and then she was discharged. According to the story, she was waiting on a loved one or her significant other to come and pick her up from the hospital, and then may have wandered off. Your thoughts? Obviously, it's become now a row because the family is saying, "Hey, listen, the hospital is responsible. Why did they discharge her, or maybe let her go?" Your thoughts on just how this all played out since about a week ago?
I find this whole story with this lady very troubling. Last week, the family indicated that she went to the hospital got to check about whatever was wrong. She was there with someone, a boyfriend supposedly. They left. Then a few days later was when they went looking for the mother. I mean, what happened in between on her way home? Did her boyfriend ever pick up from the hospital? Was his obligation? Did the children check that night on the other day to find out where the parent was? See, it bothers me because I had the opportunity to go to Sanders Rehabilitation Center this morning. And you know, a lot of people there that we would know. My good friend there from ZNS, Mr. Battle, Carl Battle, has been there now for several years. And some people there are very disappointed that your loved ones don't even come to visit you. They even check on you. So you have a situation there, someone dropped the ball. Your mommy went to the hospital, she's 66 years old. You say she wasn't doing well. You say she has seizures and the like. But the person who was supposed to pick up obviously never showed up. And no one went to find out that evening where the mother was. You got to do better than this, man.
Abandonment is an issue and has been
Serious
an issue
problem
in this Bahamas. Now, I'm not saying she was abandoned because obviously she was taken to the hospital. She received treatment. They said that she was discharged, and you only discharge someone if they are in a state to be discharged.
Capable of being, exactly.
And so that she was discharged, and then unfortunately this happened. I don't understand because we know that abandonment and in many forms, abandonment just isn't the outright, which happens, leaving your relative at, say, PMH, for example, for years. That's not the only way. But I just, Ellington is just very unfortunate.
But the hospital has to do with it. If she left the hospital.
Right.
So then you can blame the hospital. Hospital didn't do anything.
Well, if she was discharged, because hospitals discharge you. Now you know.
Make an excuse, man.
It's you
and take responsibility.
that have to go, and it's just unfortunate because you know you should have been there for her.
Exactly.
To pick her up. I mean, obviously, still she is a woman who needed to go home and rest. Ellington, your thoughts?
And how far was the house from the hospital?
Well,
how far was the walk?
I don't.
And how she got in the bushes?
Well, we know Grand Bahama is huge.
Was there a shortcut or?
We know Grand Bahama is huge. It
huge
isn't,
place, yeah.
A very huge place. I'm not sure if there's housing around or if she even lived near.
Someone got to give an explanation for it. But I don't want to blame the hospital, eh? Take responsibility for yourself.
Shanique, my heart goes out to this family. It's unfortunate what happened to their mother and friend. However, you know, the Princess Margaret Hospital have a problem where some people just absolutely leave their families and don't even return for them. They just leave them on the state.
Yeah, they do.
I think once this lady, the hospital have determined that she was treated and that she was in fine enough condition as an adult. It's not like somebody who was bedridden or in a wheelchair bound that they had to contact the family or a minor. This was an adult. She was discharged. It said that she was out waiting on the loved one to return. And so while I feel for the family at this point in time, but if you want to talk about any neglect, I would hate to accuse anybody. You definitely can't put that on the hospital. You'll have to probably look within among yourselves as to if she was not doing well and you, the family members, would know her real life condition, someone should have been there either with her or as soon as she was discharged to get her. And so, no, you cannot levy that on the round.
Take responsibility, man.
Let's talk about in a nation that is continuing to develop. It looks a lot different than it did 30 years ago. So therefore, there are new standards and new expectations that we all must step up to in a new world, for example, new norms. And one of them is being responsible, especially for, and this woman she isn't old by any stretch, but the point is being there and being responsible, and understanding that in the case of someone being discharged from a hospital, then the family, the support system must then kick in to ensure that they get home safely and are resting.
You know, I had a long talk with some of the nurses this morning at the Rehabilitation Center, Sandlands. I said, Mr. Miller, most of the people who are here, I didn't even know they had a second floor. I went to the second floor. Who did I run into? Father Ron Philly Brown. I had to go and see him this morning. He's been up there now for a few weeks. He has one of his foot amputated. You know, and he was so happy to see me. I was so happy to see him because he's one of my constituents live in Blue Hill Estates. But he's been there for a while. He said he wants to go home. So I got the number of one of his close friends in the church to call him after the show. But some people just drop you off and leave you. I had an incident
and I don't
after incident.
I don't want to get into someone's personal story on air like this. They've not given us permission. I'm just asking, though. You're saying that he has been there and he's been discharged then, basically?
No, he's in good shape. No, he's in good shape.
No, but I'm saying he's been discharged, really.
No, he hasn't been discharged. No, he's there.
Meaning, though, he doesn't need to be there. He can go home.
I don't know if he needs to be there, but, you know, he seems to be very contented. He has all his faculties. I was there with him for about 15 minutes. He's in good shape. It looks real good. And God bless him, you know. But I'm not saying that his family did anything. I'm saying that the majority of people that are up there, when I spoke to the head nurse and those.
No, but we know the story.
People hardly ever go and visit their family members.
Yeah, we know the story.
They leave it to the state,
PMH
neglect them, put it there, and then they're gone. They had people in Princess Margaret. One guy was did some work there for over 6 months, and nobody was there. Sometimes they leave them for 2 years. They just leave them.
Well, I know they take them there every holiday season. I want to say that the family of Ron Philly Brown, including he himself, has not given us the right to speak on his behalf or about him. Leslie just brought up and mentioned that he happened to see him today, visiting him and visited with him, and that's it. We respect his privacy, and that's about it. But Ellington, I was just saying that we've got to now, we can't operate like we did maybe in the 80s. When it's like, oh, the hospital, but even though the hospital does act as though it's a hotel in some instances. What I'm saying, though, we now have to understand there are new norms, new expectations for everyone involved, the state, the hospital, and you, the loved ones of an individual.
Absolutely. And while we hear we Bahamians clamor often about the condition of the Princess Margaret Hospital, and you can't get beds and you can't get this level of service, how much of that service is compromised or overwhelmed by people? And we talk in this conversation, we're talking about adults, but there are also a huge area where a bunch of children are just dumped there and left there, and they basically are raised up in the hospital. Wow. And so, yes, we must be responsible as citizens. We must find some ways through our social programs to hold family members more accountable. And however the social aspect of our government can assist family members with their family members, but then they must be more accountable in how they handle their family members. This is not right in the 21st century.
I will tell you all something. Sandlands is one of the most beautiful and well cared for places in this country.
So the conditions up there are nice.
Wonderful, wonderful. First class.
Yeah, well, that's
First
good
class.
Kudos
First
to
class.
those persons
It
there
makes Princess Margaret look like a joke.
And manage it. Well, it's,
they do a
it's a
wonderful
million
job.
times smaller.
Very, very wonderful job.
It's more manageable because
There's
of the
one
size
section
of
they're
it,
trying to get open now. They need those rooms to be ready.
At Sandilands?
Yes.
Again, let's pay attention to health and wellness in this budget. And I hope a part of the health and wellness when the minister speaks is the actual wellness of it all, because what we eat, and this is where agriculture comes in as well. But you, the individual, don't just hear these words and think, oh, that's nice, the allocation for more farming. No, eat what's grown. That is where health comes from. The food is medicine. Let's do it, y'all. Let's be responsible, and let's do what we have to do. Let's do what we have to do, and in turn, and also moving more. Leslie, I know you're a proponent of exercise. Let's just keep that going. Speaking of the budget, gentlemen, the new 2026-2027 budget is zeroing in on healthcare and the access to it on family islands in particular. Yesterday's budget communication in the House of Assembly revealed an $11.6 million allocation to build and upgrade, in many instances, family island clinics. Now, let's just talk about how significant that is. We hear talking about the state hospitals here in New Providence, but family islanders, especially with more investments that's happening in the areas, new airports and international airports, more people visiting, and then the residents themselves also need these health facilities to be there, not just be there though, to be outfitted and properly equipped, and then to have the skilled and professional, and then many times those who are experts in certain fields to be in these health centers.
know, you have a problem here in the family islands where most of the time in most of the family islands clinics and what have you, the foreigners have to volunteer to go there. Many of our people don't want to go on the family islands. The nurses don't want to go and spend no time. We had a situation this morning where a gentleman who they are honoring the race after him, an Indian gentleman, very fine doctor. He's been in Bahamas since 1990. And he's been on just about every single family island, providing a service to the good people of Bahamas. I thank him for it.
The foreign experts that we bring in,
Yes.
meaning doctors,
Yes, and nurses and the like.
They have to sometimes
They always
be assigned
they have
to
to
family
volunteer
islands.
because a lot of Bahamians don't want to go on those family islands.
The family island,
And that's where the
then,
needs are.
So then you cannot row when the Ministry of Health goes out seeking the best and bring them in.
Yeah.
Because after all, larger nations like the United States are also shopping at our doorstep, taking away our brightest and
Exactly.
best. And so we have to do the same thing to outfit these areas. The clinics and health centers are needed, but they also need to be staffed properly.
And this good doctor, God thank him, was serving us since 1990 he came here. He made it clear. I came here under Lyndon Bedlin.
Oh, he
You know,
was,
yeah.
he's been here for a good while.
Yeah, from 1990. God bless him. He's in good shape.
Yeah.
And he has his own clinic now. He's still helping people. Very, very nice man.
Still
And you
going
got
to
to thank those persons for that.
Still going to the family islands.
Yes, they
Very-
come here and do service.
Yeah,
That's
very,
really
very-
appreciated by the Bahamian people.
You bet right it is.
You know, we
bet
now got to encourage our young doctors and nurses to spread out, go to family, and pay your dues. In other words, give service to those persons who are in desperate need.
That is, Leslie, you're
that's what it is,
100% right, but
you know.
also ensure they're paid well, their insurances are up, and again, let them go and work and offer what it is they studied to do, and be meticulous in how you mete out that service
Give us a
as
better
well.
society, man.
That's important.
Give us a
Because
better society.
every resident, visitor, everyone, investor in these islands need access to, if necessary, health care. And that's important. Well, you all, the more than 4,000 teachers in the public education system, also singled out in the new budget. The government is promising salary increases, higher grants for special needs schools, and major school upgrades. A hefty budget is supporting this new ambitious plan. The government has allocated $141.9 million for the Ministry of Education. This also includes a new high school for Grand Bahama. You all, let's talk about obviously what is a very intentional effort and focus in on education. Ellington, jump in, because I don't know why you're waiting on Leslie to speak first.
Well, Shanique, I think the government is following through with its plan, and one of the things that I'd love to see is an expanded plan to seek to keep Bahamians that are locally in some of these family of islands. I would love to see a program where we reach out to these schools and to these people on these islands who are living there and the youngsters. Let's talk to them. Let's have a conversation with them about nursing, about teaching, the teaching profession, and see if we can have...
So you're trying to say start directing students in areas where the country needs them?
Where the country needs them, number one.
That used to happen before, Leslie. That used to happen before.
Yes, but I don't know,
And if you do it in these islands where these people are from, and many of them would love to stay home. And so once they would have been trained, the government can give them incentives as an assistant with building a home and all this type of stuff so that they can make a decent life, return back to the island, and we will be able to minimize the shortage of nurses and teachers in these family islands. So I think that's a good way to go.
You know, the Prime Minister, Mr. Alcides, and God bless him, he's back. I'm so happy that Mike is in that position again. He's been there since 2002, in and out. He's going to do a wonderful job. He had a nice press conference this morning where he answered all of the questions, frankly, and forthwith to allay any of the things that's out there floating. You know, the government's going to concentrate on education, they're going to concentrate on training, they're going to concentrate on BTVI. I'm just amazed at this $150 million to $185 million that the people who on the board is talking about this new school that they want to put up at the sports center that's going to cost some $185 million.
Is that,
I don't know what planet they live on.
That you've been trying to push
I don't
all
know.
along, the training
I don't know.
school?
Yeah, talking about $185 million. And they're asking the public to contribute, I think, some $50 or $60 each. And they could raise some money. That ain't happen.
Who are you talking about? Who's doing that?
This, the people who run BTVI, the committee. They had a meeting with the Honorable Ambassador.
But it's necessary.
To
You
the
yourself
it is.
said a training
But
facility
$185
is
million?
necessary. Well,
Where you get the money from?
Why not have this brand new campus do what it needs to do and remember now, there's going to be AI training. There's going to be so much. If all of this happens under one sort of at one facility where there are different areas at this one block that becomes this upskilling education block, why not? That trains in technical skills and AI skills and whatever else is needed, those things that are lacking where Bahamians have dropped and fallen through the cracks with, then that they can be brought up to speed and be competitive once again. Why not?
But that's the reason why you got so many people on work permit, eh? All the jobs are taken up by the foreigners.
My point, because Bahamians can't pick up a nail and a hammer.
It's a serious
listen
problem.
to me, it's construction is no longer
But the cost, I believe, is going to be prohibitive for $185 billion school. I don't know where they can get that money from.
Education has changed, and we must transform the way we do education. We cannot continue in the way that we've been going, and a lot of the system of education that we have had has been failing our students.
Absolutely failing. And so there needs to be now a whole lot of options where if that's your strength, your interest, you can actually get in and absolutely learn and come on and graduate being a business owner already, because some of these areas immediately equip you to go into the workspace and create your own business and provide a service. And so this is, let's just root for this economy to serve everyone in the economy and meet them where they're at so that they can move forward and offer excellent service and also go into the job market and be able to obviously take advantage there as well. Well, I thank you both. Leslie Miller, Ellington Ferguson, thank you very, very much for your thoughts, your opinions, your analysis, always spot on. Thank you very much. When we come back, we're going to speak with a union that has been around for about a year, but not quite officially recognized. It's to do with the Financial Intelligence Unit. They're asking tonight for the government to come and sit down at the table again to get the work completed. Beyond the Headlines is back right after this.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here at Superwash, Superwash's newest spokesmodel. And I'm here to tell you about Superwash's large capacity washers and dryers for all your big loads.
I know I see that Charlie Banana coming here just now.
Uh-oh. Luckily, it's also big enough for me to hide it.
I thought he was right over here where these large capacity washer and dryers is. It's big enough now to handle your big loads, Yeah, like your comfort on your blanket. But just look at us. Somebody forget to turn on the dryer. Oh, stop! You hear something? Yeah, that's the sound of clean. Superwash washes you, presses you, and entertains you 24/7.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
5 cars, catch the keys, don't blink, take these.
Island Luck is giving away 5 brand new cars. Earn 10 reward points for a chance to enter and win. Enter weekly from Monday 12 a.m. to Sunday 2 p.m. Winners are announced Sundays at 3 p.m. on 103.5 The Beat and Island Luck Socials. 5 cars, 5 weeks. The more you play, the better your chances. Visit islandluck.com for more information. Catch the keys only at Island Luck. Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's great to have you all tuned in this evening. We're going to keep the show moving right along. Well, I would like to, first of all, have you watch this video. This is a video from the president of the Regulatory and Allied Workers Union, Nicole Francis. She is calling the government's attention to outstanding industrial matters in the financial services sector. Take a look, and then we'll come and talk about it.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Nicole Francis, President of the Regulatory and Allied Workers Union. On behalf of the executive team and membership of RAWU, I first extend congratulations to the Honorable Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis on his re-election and the recent cabinet appointments. Now that this important part of our national democratic process has concluded, RAWU remains hopeful that attention can now return to the outstanding labor matters, particularly the long-awaited industrial agreement for the employees of the Financial Intelligence Unit. Early this year, employees were advised by ministry officials that this process was expected to be concluded by February. However, after months of delays and shifted timelines, the agreement remains unsigned. The union wishes to note the majority of the matters outlined in the industrial agreement have already been agreed upon. We are now awaiting the presentation of the financial package and new salary scales prepared by the Ministry of Finance. The completion of this industrial agreement represents stability, welfare, and reassurance for the dedicated employees we represent. Our members deserve clarity, fairness, and protection. As the FIU marks its 25th anniversary, RAWU believes this presents a meaningful opportunity to bring closure to this matter. The conclusion of this process would serve as a fitting reflection of this important milestone. RAWU now calls upon all relevant stakeholders, including the Minister of Labor, the Minister of Finance, the Director of the FIU, and the Labor Relations Unit. It's time to sign. RAWU stands ready to meet with the relevant parties. We look forward to a timely resolution in the interest of Bahamian workers. One union, one voice, one purpose.
Well, that was the voice note that went viral, in fact, yesterday. It features the president of the Regulatory and Allied Workers Union. It's a union that represents initially the Financial Intelligence Unit and employees there, and perhaps those are wider. We now have the president of that union, Nicole Francis, joining us via Zoom. Hello to you, Ms. Francis. It's good to have you here. Thank you very much for being with me here on Beyond the Headlines. I think you might be muted. Check your microphone, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Absolutely. Yes, I can. Welcome to the show.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ms. Miller. And on behalf of RAWU, we would like to express our appreciation for this opportunity to be on Beyond the Headlines to speak on matters affecting the employees we represent.
Yes, of course, this is the Financial Intelligence Unit. We don't know much about it. This is one of those industries that's always kind of, it's more quiet. It's a reserved industry. The workers don't necessarily speak out this way. So let's just jump right in.
Yes.
Is this a newly formed union that just couldn't seem to get everything together to be ratified and obviously recognized fully? with all of the agreements and everything necessary to have this union move forward successfully?
We are a registered trade union established in 2025. So we have all our documentations to back up our union.
So it is
establishment.
it is a new union. You're now trying to get
Yes,
it
it is a
fully,
new unit.
yes, moving forward. Okay, how many members make up this union?
Well, so far, the employees in the FIU is about 50 plus, and our membership is about half of that.
Now, we know, again, as I mentioned, when it comes to financial services and certain key industries, you don't necessarily hear about unions being attached to them or even the need for a union. What were the challenges, would you say, that led to the necessity of this union being formed?
You know, we had to form a union because the staff basically were tired of being unheard. So they actually needed a voice, and we decided to all come together and form this union so we could advocate for one another.
What areas are in need of advocating, and what made the staff very tired? How are they being ignored?
Well, the areas, basically the whole FIU in general. We bring certain things to management and it goes unheard. We raise concerns and it seems to go on deaf ear. So,
what, for example?
I've been a part of the unit for 25 years, and I've experienced many challenges, and it's been ongoing in certain things, especially when it comes to our employee handbook. It's like you try to be governed by it, but it is used sometimes to, what is the word I can use? It is used sometimes to intimidate staff. So it gets to a point where we don't have that kind of HR structure to actually go to with our concerns.
So you're saying the financial intelligence unit is really something that is not necessarily fully formed itself. It is not impactful. It's not there to serve the staff as well as the nation as we know it does, or the main job description of it. But you are saying that the people who work there are underrepresented, underserved, and themselves in need of this attention, this direct attention.
Yes. We desperately need the attention. You know, this, and like we said, that this industrial agreement is very important for our staff because we need protection. We don't have protection, and this is what we are actually fighting for, is for protection for our members.
Yes, let's talk about why do you believe that RAU, and this is the acronym for the Regulatory and Allied Workers Union, why do you think that it is so vital? It was formed last year. It was recognized last year, but obviously not fully and formally so, that you are here agitating that, listen, hey, I know you won the election, you've been re-elected, you're moving on, you presented the budget yesterday, now come back and speak with us.
Yes. Well, we've been trying to be very professional and very diplomatic with this process. So we were actually the term they use, operating in good faith. So we believe that, it's time for the culture in the FIU to change, and the staff deserve to be treated fairly and with respect.
What is the culture, though? We want to get an.
Because
Madam President,
all sometimes. Yes, sorry about that.
We want to get a full appreciation for everything you're saying. What is the culture in FIU that absolutely, if we were to really know, that we would be so disappointed to learn? What is that culture that is underserving the workers there?
Well, the culture in the FIU is very militant, and you have a lot of civilians working in the FIU. So the lot of the tactics they use are very intimidating, coming from a militant background. So
you're saying it seems to me then it seems to me that people with a law enforcement background perhaps work in the FIU area?
They do.
And so you're saying they've brought their militant training to that area?
Yes.
So that we understand, what is the FIU?
Okay, the FIU is we are responsible for help combating financial crimes in the Bahamas. So most of the financial institutions or designated reporting agencies, they file something called suspicious transaction reports to the Financial Intelligence Unit, whether it's money laundering, anti-terrorism, and stuff of the sort.
So people may think that, so then the point may be that militant, very firm and strict sort of presence is necessary in an area like the FIU.
Don't get me wrong. The employees of the FIU, they work diligently, and that is why we feel as though they need to be respected and heard, because they have contributed to the fighting and combating of financial crimes. So in the interim, if you have staff that is giving you productivity, why not make sure that the well-being of staff is being heard and protected?
What are some of the things that the union is pushing for in this new industrial agreement? Some of the benefits.
Some of the benefits we are pushing for is actually, one of the main benefits is salary restructure. The salary needs to be restructured. I think that's something that was already completed. Vacation needed to be sorted out.
There's no clear pay scale, an idea of where you fit in and then where you can go in terms of your salary.
No, it wasn't clear. So they had to basically, from the Ministry of Finance had to basically restructure the whole entire salary book.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, let's talk about how these delays. You were formed last year. What part of last year?
In April of 2025.
In April of last year, you were formed, and of course the delays have been until at this very moment. How have those delays impacted employees?
The morale is actually very low, because when we first started off, they were very hopeful. And after December, the momentum has been lost. So the process has been dragged on. The timelines have been shifted. And when we call to try to communicate, it's like the same things is being reiterated over and over and over again.
This is between yourself and the Ministry of Finance?
Between the negotiators.
Right, which is, but your primary organization and head, you come under the Ministry of Finance. Now, what message would you like, as president of the Regulatories and Allied Workers Union, who represent the membership there, what is it that you want to say to the stakeholders, to those negotiators, to the Ministry of Finance, to whomever sits around the table and is supposed to be able to get things moving in a proper direction? Any message for them?
We would like them to pay attention to the Financial Intelligence Unit, the staff in a whole. To somebody to take a stance to say, okay, this process has been dragging on for such a long time. Let's get it done. It's 90% completed. The only thing we're waiting on is actually the financial package to be approved. What is the holdup? What is holding up the process in this manner? Because if a document is 90% finished, that means you only have 10% to go. So we need someone to actually put some attention to the dedicated, hard-working staff of the Financial Intelligence Unit and bring this document to a closing, because we desperately need the protection. We desperately need it. And we are pleading for intervention from one of the stakeholders to get this resolved for us. Please, we are asking for your intervention. The delays are very frustrating. It breeds uncertainty for the staff, you know, and it's affecting their livelihood. Because it's a place where they are 90% of their time, and they want to feel comfortable in the environment that they're coming to give productivity.
Madam President, I thank you very much for speaking out for the first time anywhere publicly. I know you sent that voice note out that went quite viral, but thank you for speaking with us this evening. Certainly, of course, we look forward to follow up and to see exactly where this goes, to obviously see how you progress in getting this union formally recognized and moving along to be able to get those benefits, the employees experience and enjoy those benefits that you are now lobbying for. I thank you very much for joining me here on Beyond the Headlines.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. We appreciate it.
Yes. Any final comments you want to make?
No, not at this time. It's time for us to sign.
Time to sign. Time to sign. I thank you very much, Madam President. Nicole Francis, President of the RAU, the Regulatory and Allied Workers Union, for the Financial Intelligence Unit and the employees there. Beyond the Headlines is back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's great to have you all, of course, continuing to tune in. Now we're going to shift the momentum of the show and the mood of the show because, you know, on Thursday evenings, at this point, what normally happens? Well, we're back to business as usual. So welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. Ian Thomas, it's good to see you here. Ian, of course, from Direct Marketers. Good to see you, Ian. Hello to you.
Thank you, Shanique Miller. Hello right back at you. You look nice.
You look nice as well. Thank you.
Somebody has a crush on you.
Who does?
Yep, somebody out there has a crush on you, and they think that you're special. And they think that
yeah, dingbat, because trust me, he's setting it up for something.
No, I'm serious. This person has a crush on you. They think that you're smart and pretty, and dare I say, sexy.
Oh, yeah. He must have been paying attention.
Yes. So he says that, and I just said, yeah, well, whatever. And he probably knows. He says maybe you'll go on a date and I'm just asking for a friend, of course. Just maybe you'll go on a date with him and probably you'll go out somewhere and have something to eat or drink with him. I don't know. But he really likes you.
Oh, that's so special.
That's special?
Yeah, that's real special. Real
Okay.
special, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll pass the message on to this guy, okay?
Yes, twin, yes.
Okay, great. What? Oh, Jeebus Creepers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ian Thomas, and I am here from Direct Marketers. Direct Marketers, of course, is a marketing company where we specialize in radio, TV, print, social media, and e-blast. So if you've got a business idea, or if you've got a business and a business idea, or even both, please feel free to give me a call at 552-0212. That's 552-0212. Dial 552-0212. That's 552-0212. Is that cool?
It's more than cool.
That's good, man. Hey, I got my time's limited, so I got to jump straight into this, man. Shanique Miller, I know you have a nice car. I'm not going to say what kind of car you have, but is gas an issue for you?
Yeah.
Oh. No, I got to turn this off. Yeah. I wanted to leave my phone on so I could see that people see the amount of people that call me while I'm on the show, but someone's doing some work at my place, and that's the ring's going to keep going off. But if you are one of the many thousands of Bahamians who drive and hit the road, and you say, what, these gas prices are crazy, I'm going to tell you right now, you gotta get on over to Porky's gas station, where they say you're going to save more, drive more, and worry less. They said not to use cheapest, but it's the lowest price, most affordable.
That's it right there. The lowest price, most affordable.
But I won't be Bahamian, man. They get the cheapest price on gas, man. I ain't gonna lie. I drove by yesterday. This is absolutely true. I drove by yesterday. The lines were crazy because people know where they want to go when they want to save money. So if you find out that your money is disappearing at the pump and you want to do something about it, you got to get to Porky's gas station. They've got the best prices on gas right now.
They've always been ahead, though, in doing that.
Many
times.
You know the family? Are you familiar with the family? Dorset.
That's it.
The Dorset family,
but, they've always been, I know the station for sure, the name of it.
Yes.
And they've always been ahead, always offering deals, always helping
always
people
doing great deals, sometimes late in the night.
A bit more.
Yeah, a little more.
A bit more petrol for
their
buck.
Definitely. So if you want the price on gas, $6.49, and they have a great deal on diesel at $6.40. So you can get diesel at $6.40 and gas at $6.49. You got to be crazy or living under a rock if you don't know about Porky's gas stations or service station. They've got discounted gas prices, like I said. So if you individuals who are driving those big trucks and who drive those delivery vans and jitneys and buses and stuff, this is where you need to go get all your gas and your diesel right down there. They're conveniently located East Street South on Victoria Boulevard. The service station is powered by the trusted Rubis family. So everyone knows Rubis. So when you fuel up, you know your vehicle is getting the best, the nice premium stuff. Advanced detergents and additives in your tank, cleaner fuel injectors and intake valves, which reduces carbon buildup, so your car has better combustion and engine performance. That's so important. So your car's running properly, so you're not burning excess fuel. Also another good thing, what they didn't even say, you should have your tires properly inflated as well. That's also plays a factor. So Porky's, they're open up 24 hours a day because they know everybody is not on the same schedule. If you want to give them a call, their phone number is 392-2832. That's 392-2832. One more time, 392-2832. 2, and that's Porky's gas station. They're more than just a gas station. When you walk inside, you can get all the delicious snacks and treats and cold drinks, chips and grocery essentials. It's quick and convenient shopping on the go. And this is why so many people always brag about their customer service. They're incredible people down there, the staff and the family. They work together so well. So give them a call, or like I said, go and visit them. Don't worry about giving them a call, and check out Porky's gas station, East Street South. Everyone knows that where there is, and that's on Victoria Boulevard. And I love going to Porky's and the gas, not the gas, but the family. I've been working along with them for a couple of years, and they're just incredible people. Thurston's Lumberjack and Landscaping. I spoke about this company someplace else, and this is the first time I get a chance to speak about it here. So I know a lot of people are going to take advantage of it. I had a huge coconut tree in the front of my yard. The lightning hit it and killed the tree. I didn't know. I was wondering why the leaves were dropping off, all the branches. Then a lady walked by and she says, "How do you feel that the lightning killed your tree?" I was like, wow, that's crazy, because it was a really good coconut tree. So I found this company on Instagram. Young guy came by, properly attired, all the necessary stuff to climb the tree. I thought he was just going to go and climb the tree just like someone out there by the fresh fry out there by the beach. But hey, this boy, he put on everything, climb up the tree, and he had his a chainsaw, and he was cutting it down like in about 3 feet in sections. Cut the tree down so nice, disposed of it, got rid of it, did all the cleanup, didn't even ask me for a drink of water. This young guy is just amazing. That's Thurston Lumberjack and Landscaping. So if your property has all that debris, those big trees that need to be trimmed and everything, or a tree that just needs to come down, you need to give them a call. Like I said, they do the removal as well. And that's Thurston's Lumberjack and Landscaping. Let me give you the phone number right away, because I don't want you guys to forget. 816-7080. 816-7080. 816-7080. And these guys are fully certified and fully insured professionals serving residential and commercial properties across the Bahamas. They're equipped with cranes and bucket trucks for those hard to reach jobs. Fast, safe, and reliable service that you can prevent the costly damage from hurricanes and falling branches on your house, and helps reduce the risk of structural damage and termite infestation. You know, if you have a tree touching your house, termites can go straight from the tree and get into
jump to the house,
and you have this terrible infestation. So you want to check them out. Their services are tree removal, large and hazardous trees, tree trimming and pruning, storm preparation cleanup, overgrown branch removal, landscaping and property maintenance for full property maintenance, lawn and landscaping care, gutter and drain cleaning, pressure washing. Their specialty services include exterior painting, including high areas, lighting, fixture installation and replacement, security camera installation, signage and billboard installation. And when the Christmas come around, they do all those big decorations for the holiday, because they got those huge bucket trucks. But this is just an incredible company. Like I said, no job is too big, no job is too high, and like I said, it's extremely dangerous to have those trees hanging over your house. Something breaks right now, you have a roof problem, that's very costly, as anyone knows. You want to give them a call. Incredible people, efficient and professional. Don't wait until the next storm hits or termites to find their way into your structure because of neglected branches. You want to call Thurston's Lumberjack and Landscaping. You can check them out on Instagram, and their phone number is 816-7080. 816-7080. One more time, 816-7080. And ladies and gentlemen, please be mindful that if you don't remember any of these phone numbers, feel free to give me a call. My number's on the screen, 552-0212. That's 552-0212. Give me a call if you can't remember these numbers. Rolls Auto. You know Rolls Auto. That's the Rolls family. Yep. Where Rolls Auto located? Boom, 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 boom. Doom, 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 doom. They're on East Street South, man. She didn't know one road, Prince Charles. I say, she didn't go pick up a chicken snack for me. She said, where do I go? She's such a blonde girl. Anyway, Rolls Auto. Will you stop looking at me with those beautiful eyes?
Oh my God, I'm just here to do the interview. I mean, you have got to stop flirting with me on air.
Shanique, I am not flirting with you. If you didn't talk, I wasn't even going to remember you were here.
He has got to stop flirting with me.
Oh my God, Shanique. Listen, it's just, I just came and someone just.
Justin and Valencia says the same thing. They say the same thing.
Zen. I gotta go home and feng shui. Rolls Auto. They're located, as some people don't know, on East Street South. That's your business child. Doreen Rowe, that's my girl. If you thought Rose Auto only sold car parts, then you're highly mistaken. But yes, Rose Auto still has the most competitive car part prices, I might say, on the island when it comes to hard-to-find parts for your Japanese, American, and European vehicles. You can choose from a long line of strong, heavy-duty batteries, gaskets, drive shafts, engine mounts, headlamps. Some people say headlamps or head bulbs, whatever you want to call them, bulbs. They go in your front light. And mufflers. I can't forget they got distributor caps, timing belts, water pumps, and windshield wiper blades, plus top-of-the-line motor oils, air filters, and lubes from top brands like Castrol to keep your car running smoothly for such a long, long time. I just got changed my brake pads like 2 weeks ago, and I got my brake pads done, and my guy told me to get it from Roll. He didn't have to tell me that I was going to get it from there anyway, and now that squeaking is gone. Ladies and gentlemen, you hear some squeaking on your brake pads or brakes, go and change your brake pads. Yes, also remember that they're open up 7 days a week, so there's absolutely no reason to drive around town visiting different businesses for the things that you need at the prices that you want. I'm always surprised that a lot of people don't know that Rose Auto sells more than just car parts. You can always go down there and you can find plumbing and electrical supplies for all those weekend projects that you plan to attack, gardening tools and supplies like rakes, shovels, and hose. Yep, true story. I woke up like 2 weeks ago to go water my plants, and boom, someone stole my hose. And that is crazy. So I'm just trying to let you guys out there. It's very important. Keep an eye on your hose, guys. Listen, because people out there are just gonna go out there and try to steal your hose, and that's very important to know where they are. As a matter of fact, I took a step further, and you know what I do? I just keep all my hose in the house.
You're so stupid.
Man, come on, man. People don't touch my hose. Leave it.
I
Leave
knew
it.
it was going somewhere, y'all. I knew it.
Leave it alone.
I
Get your hand off my hose. I see you there, Barry. You are in my hose. Yeah, so they got all kind of gardening supplies.
Keep your hose, please.
Yes, because I love gardening.
Yeah.
I love gardening. Yep.
They wouldn't move.
No child. Anyway, also,
in fact, they will resist.
They will resist. I got
to
fighting hose. Everybody was kung fu. Okay. Also, what else am I going to tell you? They got bed and bath items, Shanique. You can check out their kitchen appliances like blenders and toasters and microwaves, refrigerators, stoves, television, stereos, and more. That's a lot of stuff. You'll find practically everything you need under one roof, I should say, when you visit the new Rose Auto on East Street South. Rose Auto, you want to call them at 392-1122. 392-1122. That's an easy number. 392-1122. It's really, really good. And on a little bit more seriousness now, this weekend starting tomorrow, you got to, ladies, this one's for you. You got to go, this is especially for you guys, I say, tomorrow and Saturday, Advanced Family Medicine, Wellness, and MediSpa. They're extending an unbelievable offer that you just don't want to miss. It's their Mom's Appreciation event. It's a powerful health and wellness initiative designed to celebrate, empower, and uplift all the amazing women in the community. So bring your mother, your sister, your daughter, your best friend, co-worker, or neighbor. All of you will enjoy these 2 incredible days focused on women's health, education, and self-care. This is really, really good. So remember now, it's tomorrow and Saturday, that's May 29th and 30th, from 12 noon to 6 p.m. 3 convenient locations. That's Advanced Family Medicine. They got 3 locations. Number 1 is 1 West Plaza. Number 2 is 1 East Plaza. And number 3 is on Shirley Street. One of my boys used to say that. He couldn't say street. Shirley Street. You can go straight down the road, straight down the street. So it's right there. The phone number is 361-1111. Easy numbers. 361-11, sorry, not 36. 326-1111. 326-1111.
Having too much fun. Go
Or
ahead.
364-1111. 364-1111. This is the number for Advanced Family Medicine, Wellness, and MediSpa. She says, Ian, please remind these people they're going to have light refreshments. So, you ain't going to have dinner there, but you're going to have nice little things, nice little snacks and stuff like this while you wait. You're going to have a really good time. Free health services for all women include these things. Now, listen, Shanique, tell somebody about this. You can send a WhatsApp. They're going to have free weight checks, free blood pressure checks, free blood sugar checks, free cholesterol checks, free height measurements, and absolutely everything's going to be free, no cost, free. You know what free means? You ain't got to pay for nothing.
F-R-E-E.
Yes. Free weight checks, blood pressure checks, blood sugar checks, cholesterol, and free height measurements, absolutely free. This event is especially focused on women 35 years and older. This is an incredible initiative, like I said before, by Dr. Chinray. Some will say Chinray. Some will say Chinray. By Dr. Chinray Carey Bullard. As her and her staff have put together this wonderful event, they want to let you guys know it's going to be safe, welcoming, and informative, where women can openly discuss important health concerns and gain valuable guidance on topics including menopause and hormonal health, birth control options, breast health awareness, vaginal health, sexual health and wellness, and preventative care and healthy living. So many things you can get done when you go and check them out. That's tomorrow and Saturday, Advanced Family Medicine and Wellness Spa from 12 noon to 6 p.m. 1 West Plaza, 1 East Plaza, and Shirley Street, right down here. You can get all them things down there. So how you feel about that, Shanique?
I feel
you can tell some women to go?
That's, of course, they heard you. They listen to you.
Do you think they listen to me?
Oh, yeah, they do.
You know why a lot of women listen to me? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen. When you get in the mood, you gotta, yes, sir. Oh, man. You gotta get that bedroom bully pill, man. Get that bully pill, man. You hear it? Oh, shoot. Yes, get that bully pill. You're gonna feel so good, you and your partner. You're gonna have a nice, strong erection. Take one pill, it's all natural. Doesn't matter if you're diabetic or hypertensive.
Let me hold it up. Where is it? Let me hold it up.
I brought it down there. The bully pill's in the bag. It's so strong it almost breaks out the table. Listen, it's $55 for 5 pills, all natural. Get yourself that bully pill. You're gonna have a wonderful, wonderful time. I see Justin playing the music, man. Shanique Miller, man, listen, I had such a great time with you. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, give me a call. Ian Thomas, Direct Marketers. You need a DNA test? Dial DNA Direct at 324-0665. That's 324-0665. Get a DNA test for as low as $450. Find out if someone's your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister,
so of
or
course,
anybody.
You have these wonderful massage pillows.
That's massage pillow. Those $99. This is Miss Shanique Miller's favorite one, and she feels so good when she loves it. Oh my goodness, she makes me go do it before the show, ladies and gentlemen, and even sometimes after. I can't get into that part, but anyway, this is great, Shanique. You have a little bit tense. I gotta get out of here, man. Hey, listen here. It's been a wonderful day, Shanique. I missed you so much for those past couple of weeks. I know it was all the politics you had to do, but now we're back to our regularly scheduled thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Thomas, Direct Marketers. Give me a call, 552-0212. That's 552-0212 when you want the best.
Boy, I tell you, he's a handful. I mean, doggone. If you notice, I say nothing. Okay, but Ian, thank you so much. 552-0212, Direct Marketers to get you a whole lot of things you need. He even has something like, is that the rose or something? Happy.
Oh my God, where's Justin, where's the camera? I forgot about that because someone messaged me. One last time, ladies and gentlemen, especially you ladies, especially you gentlemen, this is a #1 seller. Get the rose toy. Like I said, you can't buy this at your local Toys R Us, but it's a wonderful gift for you and your partner. You can use it together, or women, you can use it by yourself. It's a wonderful thing. Ask somebody, they'll tell you all about it. The rose toy, it's a wonderful, wonderful gift. Has a nice buzzing sound and it's just wonderful. It's music to my ears.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Of course, to my panelists, thank you so much, Leslie and Ellington. At the middle of the show, we had the president of the Financial Intelligence Union. Thank you very, very much. And of course, Ian, you all don't understand. I wonder if Urka watched tonight's show. That's all I wondering. Listen, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the entire Beyond the Headlines team. I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.
The Verizon Media Group, home of ILTV, Paramount Systems Limited.